This is Olivia Osgood, and you are listening to the How to Quit Working Show. I'm glad that my mommy's an entrepreneur so that we get to spend lots of time together and she gets to homeschool me.
This is the How to Quit Working Show. Jeff Steinman believes entrepreneurship is the only true path to freedom. That's why he created the How to Quit Working Show, where you'll hear stories, insights, and inspiration from lifestyle fanatics who left their soul-sucking 9-to-5 job forever. Now, here's your host, author, entrepreneur, and ultimate lifestyle fanatic, Jeff Steinman.
Hello and welcome to the How to Quit Working Show. This is Heather Osgood, your host of the Friday episode of the How to Quit Working Show. Thank you so much for being with us today. I hope that your week is going wonderfully, and I'm excited to talk to you about the topic of gratitude today. But before we get started, I want to make sure that you've had a chance to join the How to Quit Working Circle. You can join the How to Quit Working Circle by going to howtoquitworking.com/circle. And when you sign up to be part of our circle, you will have access to our wonderful Facebook group. You also get a free video training series. And Jeff has just launched a really great new video series as well. So you will have access to those videos. So make sure that you join the How to Quit Working Circle. It's a great place to be. It really just gives you the support and structure that you need to launch your business and get you to a place of success in life. So I'm going to talk to you about gratitude today. And when I was thinking about my topic, I was kind of going back and forth, and I really wasn't sure, what was kind of on my heart for today. And gratitude has played a really big role in my life this week. And the reason that I was a little bit hesitant to talk about gratitude is because I feel like it's so overplayed. I feel like it's just one of those words that we just throw around constantly, that we should be, grateful. We should have an attitude of gratitude. And we get to this place, I think, when we got these little catchphrases within our society where we just totally glaze over them. And we don't really see the impact of what their true nature is. And for that, I'm kind of reluctant to talk about it. But it is such an important topic. And so I want to show you how gratitude can have a big difference in your life and a big difference in your business. Now, a lot of us, I think, when we hear, you should be grateful, you should have this attitude of gratitude, we very kind of flippantly say, like, of course I'm grateful for what I have. Of course, gratitude is an important aspect of my life. And yeah, I'm blessed, or I'm thankful. And, we kind of just, brush it off. It's one of those things that it's just, here, and it's really not penetrating to any level of depth. It's just very easy. And I think that part of the reason that we feel grateful almost superficially is because we constantly have this striving for more, better, faster, cheaper. It's like, it's kind of ingrained in our consumerism as a society to just, always want more and never to be satisfied. And so, it's kind of challenging. And when we're talking about growing and stretching and building as entrepreneurs, sometimes I think that we kind of question, well, is this the right path? Should I be satisfied with what I have if I want to strive for more? And, that's kind of a concept that is really challenging for us mentally. So I want to dive into that, and I want to show you really where kind of this place of gratitude should reside in your life and in your business, and how it can really, truly propel you to be the person that you're meant to be. So first, I want to just kind of examine this idea of true gratitude. So as I had mentioned, it's very easy for us to flippantly say that we're grateful, but I want you to really embrace this idea of gratitude. If you are listening to this or watching this video, you are one of the people that is in the world that is the richest people in the world. You have more abundance than most people do on the planet. And I want you to really just sit and kind of think about that thought. I want you to really embrace the idea that you are wealthy. Some of the poorest people in our society are wealthier than the rich people in other countries. So there are places in this world where poverty is the norm, and you are truly blessed. You truly have more than most people. And when we kind of just break that down, I want you to just think about what it's like to actually be blessed and what you actually really, really have. So think about what it is that you've been given. For just a minute, think about that. And then I want you to kind of think about the idea of internalizing this idea of gratitude and this idea of being blessed. Now, typically kind of in your stomach and your gut region, that's where we kind of hold a lot of our fear and our anxiety. A lot of times when people get nervous or upset, they'll say, gosh, my stomach hurts, or, people get ulcers because of that kind of gnawing fear or anxiety. So your gut is kind of the place where you hold a lot of tension and a lot of fear. And then about 5-6 inches up your chest is really your heart center. It's where you kind of feel this sense of peace and love. And for most of us, that center, when we really kind of just close our eyes and focus on it, that is where we want to reside. We want to reside in this place of total love and total peace. When we're talking about true gratitude is something that should live in that heart center for you. It should live in that deep place inside of you where you really accept this idea that you have more than most people and that you are blessed beyond measure. You are blessed for everything that you've been given, for all of the opportunities that you have in life, and for all of really just your material wealth. You have been truly, truly blessed. So I want you to just take a minute and I want you to internalize this idea of being grateful. And I don't want you to just say, yeah, like I'm grateful that I, maybe got something new. I got this great new dress or this new outfit, or I'm happy for my car, or, I'm happy for, the fact that I got, to watch this great sports game on TV. I want you to really just internalize what you have been truly blessed for or blessed with, and really allow that to reside within your body. So get it out of your head, get it out of your mouth, and really internalize it within your heart center. Next, I want you to think about how are you approaching your days. When you wake up in the morning, are you waking up with a sense of gratefulness? Are you knowing no matter what happens that day, whether they be good things or bad things, that you are really, really blessed? I want to give you a little homework assignment, and I'm going to ask that you think about 10 things that you're grateful for every day before you even get out of bed. So as you're rolling over, looking at the alarm clock or otherwise, think about 10 things that you are truly, truly blessed with and you're truly grateful for. Some of the things that we take for granted are really just the houses that we live in, like the fact that we don't have to live out in, the hillside, the fact that we have a structure that protects us from the sun and protects us from wind, the fact that we have air conditioning, the fact that we have heating. Electricity is huge, the fact that we have electricity, the fact that we have running water. All of the infrastructures of modern society are things that are so easily taken for granted. I took a camping trip with my family this summer, and I was really excited to go camping. I do enjoy camping, but I live in California and we're going through a drought. And when we got there, the water was shut off. There was no running water for showering. There was no flush toilets. And it was quite an experience. I'm kind of a rough-it girl, and I'm usually pretty good with all that. But let me tell you, we were there for 4 days, and by the end of 4 days, I was so thankful to come home. And I really, really didn't realize what it means to have running water, how great it is to have running water. When you have little kids and they're running around playing in the dirt and they're just grimy and you don't have a chance to, get them cleaned off, or when you have to have, 6 conversations about porta potties every day, it's really just not a fun experience. Running water is so huge, and clean running water. We know maybe our water doesn't taste great always, and I know many of us drink water, bottled water, or have, RO systems, things that give us the water that tastes so good. But I would say almost across the board, most people can drink straight from the tap. You're not going to get sick. You're not going to get a parasite. You can wash your clothes. Water is a huge, huge thing. And going through a drought here in California, it has made me realize how grateful I am for running water and how wonderful it is to take hikes and have streams and have, full rivers and full lakes. Those things are huge, huge blessings. Just the basics of life are big, big blessings. So are you really embracing that on a daily basis? And it's so hard, really. It's hard for us to remember to be grateful for those basic things, because we really, we just get so, bogged down by all of the challenges that we're facing and, the politics at work or, issues with our relationships. And, we have this desire again for always wanting more. And, or, a lot of times we really just feel out of balance. We don't feel like we're really embracing what we should be truly, truly grateful for. And so really that's an important thing for you to think about.
Are you truly feeling grateful for everything that you have been given in your life, for all of just the basics of your life? Are you really, really grateful for those things? So really kind of embrace that idea of true gratitude. Next, I want you to kind of think about your perspective. And the reason that perspective is so important is because you are listening to this because you're interested in starting a business or you own a business. And it's a totally different concept. My husband and I had a really interesting conversation last night because really, when you have a job, you're on this path and you have that career ladder in mind. You know that you're going to get this promotion and then you're going to get this raise. Maybe you'll transfer to another company or get promoted or, something is going to happen within your career. You're going to make more money, hopefully every year. And there's kind of this just natural progression that happens. And kind of as you reach that middle point in your life, I talk to lots of people right around the ages of 40 and 50 because those are big mile markers. And for my husband and I, we're right around that 40-mile marker and our 40-year marker. And it's one of those things where you really question, what are you doing? And is this the right thing? Are you doing it correctly? What could you be doing better? Just really kind of looking at that. And I've had now, many years to be surrounded by people who are in careers, who are working this ladder. And it's a different lifestyle. They have this plotted path out for them. And my husband and I are both entrepreneurs. So it's a totally different path. It's a different journey. And it's interesting to think about this idea that there isn't that kind of false sense of security. And we were talking last night about how, I've got a good friend who's a pilot. I've got a couple friends who are firefighters. My brother-in-law is a bridge engineer. Those people really, they're passionate about what they do. They like what they do. They get relatively good wages for what they do. And so it's very easy to look at that and look at, all the stability that they have there. But really, it's just perceived stability because at any place or point in their career, they could get let go. There could be a change that could happen within their company, and you really don't know what's going to happen. As an entrepreneur, there's that feeling of insecurity as well. And I talk to people all the time who say, well, I'm just really concerned about the risk of starting a business. I'm afraid to start the business. I'm afraid of what's going to happen. And it's very easy for us to get kind of in that fear place and, really question, are we doing this right? And is it a good thing or a bad thing? But the key is just the perception of what's happening. And what I want you to do is I want you to really embrace the idea of your perception being a good thing. So you're a person right now who has the perception that freedom and flexibility are huge assets to you. And as an entrepreneur, freedom and flexibility are the things that I treasure most. Being able to wake up every day and say, okay, what does my day have for me today? And knowing that each day is going to be different than the last. Knowing that I'm going to speak with different people, that I'm going to help different people within my coaching practice. We had a conversation yesterday about franchising our haircutting business, which would lead us on a totally interesting and new journey. Every day is going to be a different day. And I love that. And I want to be very grateful for that. And I want you to embrace the idea, whether you are just coming into this idea of being an entrepreneur or whether you're a business owner, embrace the concept that this perception is something to be grateful for. You have that innate ability to see the possibilities. You have that ability to see everything that you could create in life, and that is something to be truly grateful for. When you're a person who is just working in a regular job day after day, there isn't that opportunity. There isn't that excitement about possibilities. So be grateful for that. Think about how wonderful it is that you are blessed with these different, interesting insights that not everyone around you has, and embrace that, just really that perspective and that point of view. Next, I want you to really kind of think about your current situation. I was talking to a client yesterday, and he said, well, I always just feel like I'm always middle of the road. I'm never the one that's really succeeding, and I'm never really the one that's failing. I'm always just kind of, status quo. And it can be hard sometimes. Like, who wants to be status quo? I was thinking this morning at the gym, I've been doing some weightlifting now for about 6 months, and I only do it a couple of times a week, and I get kind of frustrated because I'm lifting the least number of weights or the least amount of weight as anybody in the class, and I always come in last. And it's very frustrating because I like to succeed. I can be a little competitive, and I get kind of down. I'm like so tired of not performing at a higher level. And this morning I made a comment about how frustrated I was. And one of the gals that I've been working out with said, Heather, you don't realize how far you've come. You're not watching your progress. And in that moment, it was really a good attitude adjustment for me because I wasn't looking at where I started 6 months ago. I could never have done what I did this morning 6 months ago. And in 6 months from now, I'm going to be further down in my journey on my path. And I'm sure I'll be able to lift more than I could today. And it's all about progress. And it's about looking at that and being happy and satisfied with where we are today. And again, kind of back to that whole concept of always over striving. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be the best that you can be. And if you'll recall, I recorded a segment about not playing small. You need to live your life full. You need to live totally sold out. But there's also a level of just really accepting who you are, accepting all of your imperfections, and accepting your current situation, knowing that you at this moment are kind of the sum of the contributions that you've been given. You're the sum of the knowledge that you have, and you are doing the best job that you can today with the information that you have. I'm doing the best job that I can do today with the weights that I can lift. And yeah, would I love to be able to lift 150? Of course. Am I going to lift 150 tomorrow? No, I'm not. It's going to come, but it's not going to come tomorrow. And as long as I realize that I'm taking action steps today to change my future tomorrow, then I'm happy. Really what you want to look at is if you're in this kind of status quo where you're not going forward, you're going to be going backward. So you do always want to look at the forward momentum and how you can kind of analyze your today and think about how you are working toward your goals and working toward your future. But you also need to be content and be grateful today for what you have and for what you are. Because for many of us, we have overcome challenges and obstacles to get to where we are. Or maybe just the idea of starting a business. I talk to so many people who say, even just the fact that I am having my first conversation with you is a huge growth for me. Getting to a place of really accepting that I want to be an entrepreneur and taking some action toward building my business is a huge first step. And you need to really just accept who you are, accept that you're not maybe the best. And yeah, am I the best at what I'm doing right now? No, I'm no Tony Robbins. Maybe someday I will be, and I hope that I am. But today, that's not who I am. And I'm okay with that because I'm making steady progress toward becoming all that I know that I'm capable of being. And I want to embrace that idea that today I am the best that I can be today. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm thankful for everything that I've been given, for all of the knowledge that I've gained and learned to get me to where I'm at today. So really think about making sure that you are embracing your current situation and you're not always so down on yourself, because when we get down on ourselves, that's when everything's, skewed up. Like the gal at the gym this morning, she's like, Heather, if you, are constantly in this state that you're not doing good enough, that's not going to help you get better. And she's totally right. If I'm down on myself for not lifting more weight, it's not going to help me get better in the future. So I need to really embrace where I'm at today, as do you. So think about that. Next, I want you to really be grateful for the people that are around you. Being grateful for the people that surround us is a huge, huge step. And that's, something that you should exhibit in your life with your family, with your spouse, your children, relatives. But it's also something that you should think about in your business. If you are grateful for the customers that are coming through the door, and if you're grateful for your employees, it's going to totally change your business. I will frequently talk to clients who say, I feel so discouraged. I only have 5 clients and I really want more. And, all they're doing is they're focusing on the fact that they don't have enough. They're focusing on the fact that instead of 5 clients, they want 25 clients. What I want you to really be challenged by today is if you're somebody who's just starting out in your business and you just have a handful of clients and you're feeling discouraged that you don't have more, I want you to put all of your energy and attention on providing the highest level of customer service you can for those 5 people. How can you over deliver on your product? How can you really make those 5 customers the happiest people on the planet that they bought from you? And by reinforcing your level of commitment to those customers and those clients, it's going to allow you to expand and grow and offer something wonderful to new customers and new clients. So really think about being grateful for what you have. And then as we look at employees, it's so important for us to be grateful for our employees. They're our support system. And if you're a business owner right now who has employees, they are hard and a lot of work. And there are many days, I know for me, when I've shown up to a business that I've owned with employees and thought, oh boy, I got to deal with this person again. Why do I have to deal with this person again? Like, I'm so over it. And when you come into the office with that attitude, that permeates through you. And if you're able to really be grateful for the support system around you, if you're grateful for the employees that you have, that is going to be a message that your employees will hear and they will see. And it's so, so, so important and so valuable. So really think about that. Your hardworking employees, those, A-level employees you would never want to lose, they love that you are grateful for them. And truthfully, the slackers, when you're grateful for them, it makes them realize that they need to rise to the occasion, that they need to be better employees. So being grateful for your employees is something that we can all take for granted and that we never, never should. So think about that. Finally, I want to kind of wrap up with this idea of being grateful in hard times. It's easy to be grateful in good times. It's easy to be grateful when we have these years of plenty or when we feel like everything is just kind of going along like it should. And I know that for all of us that, we all have ups and downs. We have good days, we have bad days. But, as I look back in my life, there's always those periods of time where I just feel like everything is just going really, really well. And it's so easy to be happy and grateful when everything is going so, so well. It is a lot harder to be grateful when things in life just suck. And the reality is that, we are always going to be a little bit unhappy. We're always going to have challenges. We're always going to have situations that bog us down. We're going to have things that we have to face. And really being able to be grateful in all things is going to help you really be the person that you should be. All things really do work together for good. And if you're able to learn from your hard situations, if you're able to examine challenges and obstacles that you face in your life, you will come out on the other side a much, much stronger person and a person with such a different perspective. And as I just think about my path and I think about my journey, it's been so interesting, just the changes that have occurred in me. It's been almost 2 years now since my mom passed away. And it was a very, very significant death for me because I was so close to my mom. And it's so bizarre to me because with every passing month, I feel like I'm lifted from this fog. And I feel like I am coming out of that situation, which was a horrible situation for me, a much different and stronger person than I was before. My perspective on life is so much different. And you know what? It's just something we all have to go through. There's a 100% mortality rate here on Earth, and it's going to happen. And it's, those hard times are going to come. Those times when you're working in your business and, the bills just aren't getting paid, ends aren't getting met. Those times when you feel like you're working so hard and yet you're not succeeding. Or, those times when just nothing seems to be going right. Maybe you're having, you're fighting with your spouse and your kids seem to just be, just up in your business and really unhappy with everything that's going on. Maybe you're feeling estranged from a friend who's, generally a support system. Or, perhaps you're just over your job and every day you're going to your job and you're just thinking, I can't do this one more day. I'm so finished. We're all going to have those hard times. We're going to have those times when, we have medical issues or, when our car breaks down. Everything in life is going to at some point present us with a challenge and with something that's difficult to deal with. And when you're able to be grateful for the hard times, knowing that persistence is going to make you a stronger person on the other end, that is true gratitude. And it really, really will transform your life and transform your business. If you're kind of listening through this and you're like, there is no way that I can really embrace gratitude. There's no way that I can really become that person that I want to become. I would just encourage you right now to think about reaching out to me. I would love to speak with you. I'd love to talk to you about how we can get you from where you are now into a place of true gratitude, really embracing everything that you are, everything that you have to offer, and getting you to that place of prosperity in your life, getting that business started. Or if you're a business owner and you're just feeling down and challenged that you're not selling what you would like to sell, or that you're having employee issues, or, I talk to business owners a lot of times who are like, I've got too much. I've got so much business. I don't even know how to handle this. And sometimes that can be just as challenging if not enough customers. So no matter where you're at in your journey, I would love to speak with you. I would love to help walk you through getting you to where you'd like to be. The power of coaching is absolutely phenomenal. It's really worked miracles in my life, and I hope that it works miracles in your life as well. So, reach out to me. I'd love to speak to you. You can find me at heather@howtoquitworking.com. Shoot me an email, and I hope that we talk soon. Have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks for joining us on the How to Quit Working show. Tune in next time when we'll talk to another amazing person just like you who is now living the ultimate life of freedom and doing it on their terms. If you want to learn how to quit working and get these episodes delivered directly to you, visit howtoquitworkingshow.com.